Isn't it great that His purposes aren't our purposes? That it's not just about acquiring stuff, that it's not just about acquiring power. God is God. There's nothing for Him to acquire. He is the God of the universe. And all He wants is our praise. All He wants is our worship. And all we should want to give Him is our praise and our worship. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, the people He chose for His inheritance. Why do we praise Him? Because we are blessed. Because we are a chosen people. Because God has worked from the beginning of time to get us to today. That God created the world, and His Son died on the cross, all to get us to today. To work in your life, in your life, in your life. To be there, to provide for us. And in all that, God being the greatest thing ever, that He cares for each and every one of us. That's why we worship Him. Because of His purposes, because of His character, because of His world, because of His word. He delivers people from death and keeps them alive in family. He cares for us when we've lost everything. He cares for us when we have everything. He is there for us every step of the way. Finally, we wait and hope for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. In Him our hearts rejoice, for we trust in His holy name. May your unfailing love rest upon us, O Lord, even as we put our hope in you. Finally, who God is the one that we can trust completely and totally. Everything else will fail. As much as I would like to say that I will be a perfect husband and will never fail my wife, there will be times that I will mess up. There are times that I have messed up. And there have been times that I've messed up and didn't even know it. There are times that we mess up. That although we worked on trusting each other, and we trust each other as much as we can, sometimes that trust fails. But here's the good news. With God, that trust is never misplaced. He always cares for us. He always loves us. He always provides for us. And here's the great news. Because He doesn't change, because His character, because His word, because His purposes do not change, we can trust Him. We can know that as we approach Him tomorrow, He will be the same as He was yesterday. That His character does not change. And that's wonderful. See, what happens if we don't trust God, if we don't put our full trust in Him, is that our trust has to go somewhere else. Who is that ultimate authority if not God? A lot of people have said, it's us. It's me. In The Sound of Music, which I saw last night, there's one number where the song is ultimately, I, me, 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 me. It's all about me. And the main character, Captain Von Trapp, says, no, it's not. It's not. When we put ourselves in front of God, when we put ourselves first, instead of us being in the docks, being on trial, instead of our lives being put out there, We're trying to question God for who he is, to ask him to prove himself. That we do not trust him. When we put ourselves first and when we say we are the ultimate authority, we're saying that God is not, and that everything he does is something that we have to question. That his motives are a question, his purposes can change, his character can change, that he can change his mind. But it's not for us to do. It's for us to trust him. It is for us to listen to us. And when we trust him, and when we fully submit to him, that's when he's able to work in our lives. As long as we put ourselves first, we're putting that block of hindrance between us and his blessings to us, between us and what he wants best for us, and ultimately between us and the greatness that there is to come ahead for us. There are so many in this world, so many people in this world who have put themselves first, who have said, God, prove yourself. If you exist, show yourself to me. Who have said, God, you can't be right about this because it doesn't feel right to me. But the good news is that God came to save them as well. And that even when we have frustrated conversations with them about God and about his goodness and how that they can trust in him and that he needs to be first, that although that may be frustrating from time to time as we have those discussions, those seeds are what we're supposed to plant, as we talked about at youth group on Thursday. That God uses us to plant seeds in lives. We don't know when they're going to blossom. We don't know when someone is going to lay down their life to trust in God. To say, I'm not God, you are. My hero is not God, you are. You are the one that I can trust. You are the one that I love. And ultimately our praise and all the honor that we give to God is deserved because it is given because we fully and totally trust him. We fully and totally trust the creator of the world and the one who died to save us. That's why we worship. That's why we are here. And that's why we will continue to worship God from now until our very last breath.